a good idea. Let's go mushroom hunting in that.
No.
Oh, I'm so stuffed.
Did you eat that whole pan of mushrooms?
No, Daisy did. Heading on down the holler, folks. We'll see if we can't find some more mushrooms. Can't hurt to look. Nice woods everywhere. Maybe I should shut up and quit filming and pay attention to where I'm going, right? Woo-hoo. Alright, so I've been in here about 5 minutes. I can already see over there half-free Morel. But we're going to leave him alone and keep looking to our left. Alright, you guys, so I come through there. That gives you an idea. I was over there, that half-freeze over there. I was back up in there by dead end. Anyhow, I come down through here. I made it past and up into this area up in here. And I turn around and come back. And let me tell you, I walked right by these great big morels. Check them babies out. I mean, these babies are toads now. Look at that. Heck yeah. This is a really big one. We're gonna get it ahead of it. What do you think of that? Anyway, there was those two. There's one in my hand. I mean, that's big. Nice. I found them because I had an idea where to look, but I've never found big ones like that in that particular spot. But anyway, we'll work our way back up to this half-free morel we seen up there. Well, I took a slight detour, and I'm glad I did, because there was another big sponge back in there. Nice one. I'm gonna go back there and pick it. Getting a little tricky. Just trying to get back in here. Where's this guy? Hit that. I'm trying to squeeze my way in it. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's a nice one. Now, you guys want to talk about laughing. So I was just back here, and over there is where I found the two big ones over on the ground there by that little brushy tree, kind of in the middle. And I was just right here. Anyway, I came back in through here another way, and where I just found this one back here, and I was looking at this tree already once, and look at this. Big one. Another big one. Nice. Another big one. Man, I mean, I hit the jackpot again. Another big one. Holy cow, friends. So here, let me lay this cane down. That's what I use to, I want to get a video of this. There's one. There's one. There's one. There's two. I mean, this is amazing. I'm not sure if there's any more, but I'm going to start picking. Before I even started picking, boom, another one. Wow, this is awesome. And I've hunted back here. Wow, I can see one way back there too. See it right in the middle? I'm going to fill this bag up easily here. Anyway, there's different trees. I'm not even sure what this tree is. What I can tell you is there's a mix of poplars and elms, and they're little, and there's a lot of dead stuff. You look at the ground, here's one I didn't even see yet. It's right there beside me. I mean, they're everywhere. This is amazing. This is a Thursday after the last Thursday, the last video I put out. So this is exactly a week later, and I'm gonna fill my bag up with no problem. Let's get these closest to us first. And unlike that other place where I found those other ones there last Thursday, I won't try to cover up these roots. And I'll tell you why. So this particular place that I'm at, nobody wants to come back here because it's so nasty. The brush is so thick. And look at the size of that one. Wow, that's crazy. I get my finger out of the way. That is awesome. It's huge. Pick that big guy. Pick that big guy. Another one over here that I didn't originally see. I'm gonna go over and get it. Yeah, it's another nice one. I mean, these are nicer. Maybe because they've had longer to grow. These are nicer than the ones I found last Thursday. Another one. I'm gonna fill my bag up just around this one tree. Here's a little smaller one. But I'll tell you what, they're just perfectly fresh. These are fresh, like they ain't been here but a couple days at best. Okay, I was just standing here right next to this one. And here's another one. Pick this baby. Another toad, man. I mean, they're huge. Okay, we'll just keep right on picking these babies. This one here. It's in the paw. There you go. And this two here. A nice big one. I broke the root off on that. And I don't like to do that. I know you're supposed to try to leave the mycelium intact if you can. There's another one. And I'm gonna see from this vantage, okay, there's what I've picked so far. Let me see if I can show you everything I can see. So there's three. There's one kind of hidden in the leaves there. There's three right there. Another one over there. And there's one back in there, kind of laying over. And if you look all back in through there, they're all through here. Here's another one I didn't see. It's back in here. And see, friends, what I can tell you is nobody wants to come back here because it's so nasty. The brush is. It's really small. I mean, look at the size of that thing. Wow. Giant. I'm gonna go up here and pick these three right here. That one. That one. This one's a toad, yeah. Real good, nice big one. Wow. Here's one. It's funny that like the top's laying there, the top popped off. It's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this bag up. I think this bag's gonna be stuffed full. And there's more back there, just like last Thursday. I mean, it's insane. And these are so fresh too. I mean, I hit this just right. It's actually April 18th, I believe. And I hit this just right. So I got this tub in the back of my truck. I'm gonna dump this first bag out. I'm gonna get some more. Way out, the first time I seen these half freeze. And they look pretty good. I mean, these are called dog peckers also. And they look pretty good. Usually by the time you find a big yellow sponge, they're all dried out. There's the black one originally I found. The head on it was real black. We won't take it. We'll leave it alone. But here's one. And it looks being, fairly good shape. Kind of broke. It's dry. And then here's one. I'll go ahead and pick them. They're kind of tender though. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it or not. Okay, we're walking back up here and I left the cane lay there. Anyhow, I use that to kind of clear things out of the way. So, which way to go? Let's get up here first. And a big one right there. Pick that baby. Pretty good size. And then right next to him is this guy. Pretty good size. And then right next to him, by all accounts, nice decent morel. Okay, so we'll move up here. I know way up here I seen another one. Yeah, right there. Really nice one. And, oh, it came with a flower. How about that? So you guys get an idea of what I'm looking through. I mean, this is some thick crap. Yeah, some gummy looking trees down through here. It's nasty and nobody likes to come in here. But if I can pick a morel, I'll tell you what. Look, I don't know if I'll be able to see it or not. That's a big one if I see it from there. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get to that Last one I seen, it was over in here somewhere. Now that I get over here, oh well, it's back in there. I mean, that thing is, it's a toad. You can't really see it very good, but I don't know how I'm gonna get to it. Came back to get the cane, help me try to get to that great big one. And here's another one hiding right here. Hadn't quite popped out yet. And but I'm telling you, fresh, very fresh. Yeah, very fresh. I wouldn't be surprised if that popped today. I don't know. So, I made it most of the way back in here. And I think right off the bat, there's another one right there. And here's this great big one. I mean, it's a toad. I got back in here and I get to it. Wow. Look at the size of that. I'm zoomed in here. Look at the size of that. Wow. And guys, I'm not big, but I'm not little either. I'm 5'11", and give you an idea just how big, you know, like my hands, normal size hand. Look how big them are. Yeah, I'm still looking around. So there's a tree I just found a bunch around, and right over in that mess is where I found that great big one. And just kind of scanning the area, seeing if I see any more. So what happens in here is you just get to the point to where this brush is just so thick, you can't go no further. So you gotta try to find a way around. And it's no wonder I'm finding what I'm finding, because they're so hard for people to find. Scanning back through here. So this is a great big dead elm. There's a bark laying on the ground. And last year, or 2 years ago, I found a bunch of little ones down there. And it seemed to me like I did find one up here last year, but I haven't found one yet. It's not too far from just there 30 feet or so, where I just found that big cluster. So right back there is that dead elm. It's back in that thing here. And the tree, we just found that big clusters over there about 30, 40 feet. And anyway, I don't know if you'd be able to see them, even if I zoom in, but I see like 5, 6, 7. They're all big. So I gotta work my way over there. All right, so here's this great big cluster. I made my way to it. And they're everywhere. I mean, Ray Charles could find these morels. There's one. There's one. And I've seen a great big one way back in there too. We'll have to try to get. Anyway, I don't know what kind of tree this is, but that's the same kind of tree where I found them in the last big pod. All right, I'm gonna start picking them. I mean, look at the size of that. That's crazy, isn't it? Things are beautiful. Oh, look at that. Bag's full, but, and I'll tell you what, I really don't want to try to get back in here again. So I'm getting everything I can. I mean, it's awful just trying to get in here. There's another one right there that I didn't see. I know I'm gonna end up carrying them out. And yeah, somebody could say, "Ah, you could just take the shirt off, wrap them up in it, you sissy." Yeah, look around. I'll be looking like spaghetti by the time all these thorns and stuff get done with me. Anyway, let's go on over here and pick some more. I don't know where we're gonna put them, but we're gonna try. There's another one that was by the big cluster that was laying down and I didn't see it. Jiminy's. If I sound out of breath, all this crawling around, trying to keep your body concealed so you rubbing on too much in case there's big poison ivy vines. Poison ivy's starting, but it's not really out in force yet. Look at that. There's another one over there on the ground. Like I said, I don't know where I'm gonna put them, but guys, I ain't never had in a year like this. This is amazing. You know, I always struggled to find 25 or 30. I had one year and I found like 120 some, but there was very few that were like this or even like the ones from last Thursday. Anyway, there's a great big one up in there. I'll go get him. I didn't even make it to that great big one. I looked over here, right beside me, and here's a great big one. Look at that. All right, well, I'm earning this one. I'm having to crawl to get it. I want to get as much of that stem as I can. Look at that. That's one of the biggest ones today. I mean, you hear people say about the yellows where they show them and brag, oh, it's like a pop bottle. Well, that one is. I mean, that's humongous. I'm going to get all of them out in the bag and take my hat off. Put the rest in the hat. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't planning on going back there. And I left the cane, so I have to. Anyhow, look at all that. And that's that tub. It's like a quarter way fill of that tub. Got back in here, got the cane, and realized I can't go no further, so I gotta go back out. I'm getting ready to walk back out and seeing 2 more back in here. Figure out how to get to them. Some on further up and some places trying to stay wherever the walking is hospitable. Let me tell you, friends, I got out of there. It was so thick. And I kind of went off just looking, and it didn't take me long to regret it. Anyway, we know there's a trail down here that goes into another spot. This trail right here. We'll go look at this dead ash or dead elm tree and see. I find them there every year, so I expect to find them this year. Okay. We'll make our way up here. That's the big tree. It's actually an American elm and not a slippery elm, but every year I've found at least one beside it. All right, so this did not pay off at this time. You can see all the bark all over the ground down through there. And so far, the only mushroom I see is whatever the heck that is. Yeah, I'm gonna give up on this real nasty area. I mean, we've absolutely killed it in them other spots. I mean, look how this is. I gotta get out of here through that. Anyway, it's pretty rough. I'm sure the ticks are making out with my nice cracker skin. And we're probably about done anyway. But I got one more place I wanna hit. It's on the other side of this place that I'm at. Buckus Lane. There's a Jeep back here, but I locked the doors real good. Okay, so I came up on this place I found 2 years ago. I found 6 great big sponges here, but there's nothing here. And I don't know if it's too early or what the deal is. Maybe they just don't come back anymore. But that said, we'll keep looking just a little bit more while we're here. See if we see anything. Here, about 30 feet away from that place I was talking about, and I found this little yellow. And he's a lot drier, way drier than what we've been finding, but we'll still keep him. All right, friends, hey, how about that? Great big yellow morel, pop bottle size, pretty good. So I got one more place to pick, and it's close to home. Actually, it is at home. It's right behind the house, and that'll be the last place I pick. I think I'll pick it tomorrow and include it on this video too. But anyway, this has been a good time. I've learned some things, and I'll explain a little bit, or probably explain a little bit. I might drop a few more little notes in there for you to read about the things I learned this year. This would be my 5th year of morel hunting, and by far the best. I mean, I just hit everything right. I mean, I must have hit the spots right, and the stuff where I would normally hunt this particular year was a really good year for it. You're not gonna have that every year, but that said, wait for this last little piece of video and enjoy. All right, so that's all these big yellows. The dog peckers is in there too, but I mean, I shouldn't even pick them in hindsight. But that said, it filled that pan up. This particular pick was almost as many as all them little ones we found, as far as probably the weight and how much space it took up. I mean, that's pretty daggone amazing. All right, I was gonna try to leave these as long as I could, but they're starting to get dry and come apart. That thing's pretty rough. I don't know, I probably could just leave it alone. But I mean, I found so many this year that, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just toss that one up in there somewhere. Keep for the mice see 'em. Now, This guy here, he's really nice. Really nice. And you think about it, I mean, that guy's been growing there for about a week and a half. Now, this one here was one of my original ones. And I showed it in the last video. And look how it's just kind of melted into the ground. And I'm gonna go ahead and let it just melt into the ground. I've never seen that before. Not quite like that. That's pretty cool. But this one right here, he still looks good. He got a lot bigger. We left him in here. And here's another thing too. This is the only place, all this picking I've done, this is the only place that's been in the May apples. And it's by this big ash tree. And anyhow, let's keep on picking them. This big old guy right here now. He's been up there for a while. And I mean, he grew substantially. That's the second mushroom I showed you in the last video I put out. And it was a little tiny thing. You could barely see it at the time. And so they definitely grow. Anybody that says they don't grow is crazy. All right, y'all. That was what was behind the house. There's actually 6, but one had popped off. The other one was kind of melting on the ground. And anyway, that's going to be the end. These are the ones that started up here by the big ash tree. If you remember the last video, those May apples wasn't even half that size. But that said, we let these grow just to prove they could grow. Thought it was pretty neat. Yeah, I thought I'd show you these guys. We get some ginseng in here. And some baby ginsengs. Early ginseng looks like. Romans chapter 1, verse 20 says, "For his invisible qualities are clearly seen from the world's creation onward, because they are perceived by the things made, even his eternal power and Godship, so that they are inexcusable." Is the morel mushroom, just like any other creation, a testament to the wonder and the glory and the power of our grand creator? Ask yourself, what does this little forage food that we find so interesting to find tell us about our grand creator?